Okay, so I have a question for you. Do you ever feel like having more choices actually makes you less happy?
All the time. It's funny you asked that. Just last night, I spent, and I'm not joking, 30 minutes scrolling through streaming services trying to find a movie to watch.
Oh, the classic Netflix paralysis. I know it well.
Exactly. I have 4 different subscriptions, thousands of movies at my fingertips, and what did I end up watching? Nothing. I just gave up and went to bed.
That is so relatable. It's like the pressure to pick the perfect movie is too much. You start thinking, what if I pick a bad one and waste 2 hours of my life?
Right. And then you feel bad for not being able to just choose something. It's supposed to be relaxing, but it becomes this weird, stressful task.
There's a name for this, It's called the paradox of choice. The idea that the more options we have, the more anxious and less satisfied we become.
The paradox of choice. That makes perfect sense. I see it everywhere, not just with movies, like in the supermarket.
Oh, don't even get me started on the supermarket. The yogurt aisle. Why are there 50 different kinds of Greek yogurt? Low fat, full fat, strawberry, honey, with seeds, without seeds.
And you just stand there staring until you grab the one you always buy anyway just to escape.
Yes, or you try a new one and it's not as good and you feel this regret, like you made the wrong yogurt decision. It sounds so silly when you say it out loud.
It does, but it's a real feeling. I think it raises our expectations. When there are so many options, you expect to find the perfect one. And when your choice is just okay, it feels like a failure.
That's a good point. What about restaurants with huge menus? I used to think that was a good thing, but now I prefer places with just a few options.
A smaller menu usually means the food is better, right? The chef knows what they're doing. They've already made the choice for you in a way.
Totally, it's liberating. You just pick from 5 amazing dishes instead of 20 pages of okay sounding stuff. But this goes beyond small daily things, doesn't it? Think about bigger life choices.
Like dating?
Exactly. Dating apps. You have this endless stream of profiles. You can swipe forever.
Yeah, it creates this mindset that there might always be someone better just a swipe away. It must make it hard to feel satisfied or to commit to one person.
I think so. You go on a perfectly nice date with someone, but in the back of your mind, you're thinking, is this the best I can do? It's awful. You're constantly comparing.
It's the fear of missing out, FOMO, but for relationships.
Right. And then there's career choices. When our parents were young, maybe there were a handful of stable career paths: doctor, lawyer, teacher.
Much simpler.
Now you can be anything: a social media manager, a freelance graphic designer, a data scientist, a professional YouTuber. The list is endless.
And that's supposed to be a good thing, a sign of freedom. But I can see how it would be paralyzing for a young person. The pressure to choose the perfect career that is both fulfilling and financially stable.
And people change careers so many times now, so you're never sure if you've made the right choice, because you see friends doing something completely different that looks exciting.
Okay, but I have to play devil's advocate here for a second. Is having more choice really all bad?
Go on.
I mean, the opposite of having too many choices is having no choice, and that's definitely worse. Choice is a form of freedom, of control over your life.
That's true. I wouldn't want to live in a world with only one type of yogurt, or only one job to choose from.
Exactly. And what about personalization? I love that I can find a movie that fits my exact mood or music that's perfect for a specific moment. The variety allows us to express our individuality.
Okay, I see your point. There's a sweet spot then. It's not about having no choice, but maybe about having fewer, better choices?
Maybe. Or it's about learning how to choose, how to be happy with good enough instead of always searching for the best.
The good enough philosophy. I like that. It takes the pressure off. My yogurt doesn't have to be the best yogurt in the world. It just has to be good yogurt.
Right. And the movie you watch doesn't need to be a masterpiece. It just needs to be an enjoyable way to spend an evening.
Let's talk about travel. Planning a vacation is another one. You can go anywhere in the world. There are thousands of hotels, flights, activities. It can be so overwhelming.
Oh, yeah. You spend weeks researching, reading reviews, trying to plan the perfect trip. I've definitely fallen into that trap.
And you see other people's perfect travel photos on social media, which adds to the pressure.
But then again, that same choice allows you to discover some amazing, unique place that isn't in every travel guide. That freedom to explore is incredible.
You're right. So it's a double-edged sword. The same freedom that gives us anxiety also gives us the opportunity to find things that are perfect for us.
I think so. It's about our relationship with choice. Do we let it control us or do we control it?
Maybe the trick is to create our own limits. Like when you're looking for a movie, you decide you'll only look for 10 minutes. And if you don't find anything, you read a book instead.
That's a great strategy. Or only looking at restaurants in your neighborhood instead of the entire city. You artificially reduce the number of choices.
It's about making the world a little smaller and more manageable again, because our brains aren't really built to process this level of infinite choice.
We're still running on old software.
Totally. We're designed to choose between the berry bush on the left or the one on the right, not between 50 different kinds of yogurt delivered to our door in 10 minutes.
It's kind of amazing when you think about it, though. The sheer abundance. We complain about it, but it's a pretty good problem to have, historically speaking.
That's the ultimate paradox, isn't it? We live in a world of incredible abundance and freedom, and it's making us stressed.
So we haven't really answered the question, have we? Does more choice make us less happy?
I think the answer is sometimes. It depends on the person and the situation. It depends on our mindset.
It's complicated. Choice itself isn't the enemy. It's the overwhelming, unlimited nature of it that gets to us.
So I guess the question really is, in your own life, where do you feel the burden of too many choices, and what do you do about it?
That's a good one. Is it time to embrace the good enough decision, or is the search for the best always worth it?
What about online shopping? I wanted to buy a new pair of headphones, and I fell down a rabbit hole of reviews, comparisons, and top 10 lists for hours.
Oh, the shopping rabbit hole is deep. You start with a budget, say $100, then you see a pair for $120 that has slightly better noise cancellation. Then a $150 pair has better battery life. Before you know it, you're looking at $500 audiophile headphones and wondering if you can justify it.
That's the insidious part. It's not about making a bad choice. It's about the fear that you didn't make the absolute best choice. It steals the joy from the purchase. It's almost like the effort of choosing makes us more invested in the outcome being perfect.
Absolutely. And it happens with the smallest things. Take coffee, for instance. It used to be cream and sugar. Now it's a dozen different milks, half a dozen sweeteners, extra shots, foam, no foam, specific temperatures.
I feel that. I have a friend who has a coffee order that sounds like a science experiment. And I wonder, is that incredibly customized drink that much better than a simple latte? Or has the process of perfecting it become the point?
It's a form of self-expression, I guess, but it's still a choice you have to make at 7 a.m. when your brain isn't even fully on. Sometimes I just want someone to hand me a cup and say, "This is coffee."
It's like we've forgotten the value of simplicity, which brings up a much bigger decision, choosing where to go to college. Talk about overwhelming.
Oh, that's a huge one. As a teenager, you're suddenly faced with this monumental choice. You have rankings, websites, virtual tours, thousands of universities, each with dozens of potential majors.
And the pressure. You're told this is the single decision that will define the rest of your life. Choose the wrong school or the wrong major, and you're doomed. It's an impossible wait for a 17-year-old.
That transitions perfectly into the next big choice paralysis. Where to live after college. Suddenly, the whole world is an option. Do you move to a big city for job opportunities or a smaller town with a lower cost of living?
Yes, this one has a balcony, but that one has a bigger kitchen. This one is in a cooler neighborhood, but that one is closer to work. You're so afraid of getting locked into a lease for a year in the wrong place.
It's the same paradox. The technology that gives us all these options also makes the decision harder. You'd almost rather have a real estate agent show you 3 places and say, these are your choices, pick one.
Let's talk about the digital world itself, the App Store. I needed a simple to-do list app, just something to jot down tasks. I searched for it, and there were hundreds, maybe thousands of them.
Oh, I know this story. They all have slightly different features. Some sync with your calendar, some have collaboration tools, some are based on the Pomodoro technique.
Exactly. I spent an hour I could have used to actually do the tasks, trying to find the perfect app to manage them. In the end, I got so frustrated that I just grabbed a sticky note. The simplest solution was right there, but I was blinded by the promise of finding the ultimate digital one.
That is the perfect illustration of the problem. This obsession with optimizing every little thing extends into our leisure time too. Think about hobbies. It's no longer enough to just have a hobby. You have to have the right hobby.
Oh, absolutely. You go online and see people baking artisanal bread, learning Japanese, coding an app, or becoming a master woodworker in their spare time. There are thousands of online courses available for anything you can imagine.
And the choice itself becomes a chore. You think, should I learn something practical like coding, or something artistic like painting, or something for my health like yoga? The pressure to choose the most productive or Instagrammable hobby can stop you from starting anything at all.
It's true. The desire to make the optimal choice leads to inaction. This reminds me of creative work, the blank page syndrome. When you can write anything, sometimes you write nothing.
Exactly. It's called analysis paralysis. With infinite options, you get stuck evaluating them instead of moving forward. A graphic designer with every color in the world might struggle more than one who is limited to just 3. Constraints can actually boost creativity.
Exactly. It's not just about what to create, but how to consume. Think about the news. It used to be you'd read the morning paper or watch the evening news. Now there's a 24/7 fire hose of information from countless websites, blogs, and social media feeds.
And you feel a constant pressure to be informed about everything all the time, but it's impossible. So you're constantly choosing which crisis to care about, which article to read, which video to watch. It's mentally exhausting. It doesn't make you more informed, just more anxious.
There's a concept called decision fatigue. The idea is that our ability to make good choices is a finite resource. All those small decisions we make all day, what to wear, what to eat, which email to answer first, they drain our mental energy.
Exactly. So when it comes time to make a big, important decision in the evening, like about a relationship or a financial matter, we have less mental capacity to handle it. We're more likely to make a rash decision or just avoid the choice altogether.
That explains so much. It's why Silicon Valley CEOs famously wear the same outfit every day. They're saving their decision-making power for things that actually matter. They're creating artificial constraints to fight decision fatigue.
And you can see this trend of seeking out curated experiences everywhere. People love subscription boxes where someone else picks out clothes or snacks for them. We're essentially paying to have fewer choices.
Or going to a restaurant and choosing the tasting menu. The chef has already made the decisions for you. There's a certain luxury in letting go of that control and trusting an expert. It's a relief.
So it seems we're in this constant push and pull. Our modern world is built on the promise of infinite choice as the ultimate freedom, but our brains are desperately seeking limits to find peace and satisfaction. We're caught between the fear of missing out and the fatigue of trying not to.
Exactly. The goal isn't to go back to a time with no choices. It's about learning to be our own curators. It's about building a life where we consciously decide which choices are worth our energy and which ones we can happily delegate, whether it's to a chef, an algorithm, or just a simple coin flip.
So, I guess the final question we should leave people with is this. In your own life, where do you feel the burden of too many choices, and what do you do about it?
That's a great question to ponder. For me, it's the constant flood of news and social media. I used to feel like I had to read everything to stay informed. Now I limit myself to a few trusted sources and check them only twice a day. It's not about being ignorant, it's about protecting my mental space. What about you?
For me, it's that classic movie night paralysis. My strategy is the rule of three. I'll scroll and pick the first three movies that seem even remotely interesting. Then the choice is only between those three. It turns an infinite choice into a simple one, and I end up watching and enjoying far more movies than I did before.
And that really sums it all up, doesn't it? The modern world offers us an incredible, almost dizzying amount of freedom and choice. But true satisfaction doesn't come from having all the options, but from learning how to manage them. It's about creating your own rules, embracing good enough, and finding your own freedom in limits.
Well said. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks so much for listening.
Bye!